UFC 248 co-main event, women's strawweight title match. The challenger, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, taking on the champion, Weili Zhang, in what became an instant, not just a classic, but a Hall of Fame potential match. Both women laid it out on the line, going the entire 5 rounds, with the result being by split decision, 48-47 twice against 48-47, and still UFC women's strawweight champion Weili Zhang. From the onset of the first round, the women were throwing down, banging, kicks everywhere. My girl, Desi Robin 23, she was all over the place, hooping and hollering, jumping, screaming up and down. The thrills, the chills, the highs, the lows. In what was truly not just one of the greatest title matches in UFC championship history, but this was a match, this was a fight, this was literally a fight. The women were eating each other's punches and kicks and flurries. Social media was ablaze on Twitter. You could follow me at LexAnderson WS, hashtag SOL for the Sports Opinion Log. The hematoma suffered at the hands of Weili Zhang, who just tore into her face, possibly a broken nose. I'll post a picture. You can just check it out right here. Yeah, she was pretty much truly and literally unrecognizable at the end of the fight. Both women combined for 351 total strikes, third most in UFC history. And truly, it was one of the greatest women's title matches in UFC history. And we truly have come a long way in the women's game, especially in the strawweight division. So unfortunately, history is not on Joanna's side, as she is now 0-4 in title matches, suffering 2 losses to Rose Namajunas and current women's flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko. So I believe today is International Women's Day, and shout out to new subscriber at Nelly Eddie 1 on Twitter. Thank you very much for subscribing. And you can also check out her YouTube channel at Nelly and Eddie. There will be a link in the bio below. But let's turn the page to the main event, the middleweight UFC championship between Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. That fight, that main event, was one of the worst UFC title fights I have seen in recent memory, at the way Adesanya was literally dancing around the octagon the entire fight. It was bullshit. They gave us one of the worst, one of the most pathetic, one of the most lackluster title fights I've ever seen in my life, if not in UFC title history. It was horrible. Even the ref, Dan, had to get on them, talking about, come on, guys, you're being paid for a championship fight. Let's go. Yoel Romero, fucking clown. Soldier of God, my ass. Disappointment. Adesanya, post-fight, talking about, oh, I kicked his leg. I fucked up his leg. Look at his leg. Yeah, people don't pay to see someone kick at someone's leg for 5 goddamn rounds. And of course, Adesanya would have the stamina to go another 5 rounds, like he said post-fight, because he ain't do shit the first 5 rounds anyway. And then the nerve of them to jaw at one another at the fucking end of the fight when it's over and they did nothing. No, it's jokingly how they both want to blame one another for being evasive. Fuck out of here. I believe that Dana White needs to punish Adesanya with this lackluster performance by making him a co-main event. He definitely should not be main eventing after this fight. Since the nationwide sports leader, since the Foxies, since the corporate shells don't want to mention it, but I will, using my platform, the top 1%er, the people's sportscaster, saying what the others are afraid to say, that while the boos were raining down on Adesanya, he was kind enough to flip the general public and the masses at large the middle finger. No, Adesanya, let me throw up two middle fingers. Fuck you. Fuck you and your lackluster performance and your title defense, which wasn't worth shit. And how dare you, fucking asshole, have the nerve to flip the middle finger in Vegas, the birthplace of UFC, Dana White's hometown, of Adesanya throwing off, flipping the bird to the people at home and the people in the MGM arena in Las Vegas. And no one mentioned this middle finger, so I will mention the middle finger. Fuck you, Adesanya, and fuck your future title defenses. But UFC Fight Night next Saturday, March 14th, we're going to have Kevin Lee taking on Charles Oliveira. The rest of March is stacked, and in order for you to be a part of it, I'm going to need you to do the right thing and make sure you're subscribing to this channel, pressing the bell icon to stay notified for any and all upcoming future videos. And of course, when you're done with that, like this video and drop a comment below letting me know where you stand on the UFC landscape. Signing out.